Okay, so sorry for doing this on my phone. I don't have Fraps. I'm going to try and make it quick. Channel 1, kick with Fruity Peak controller. That's just like a peak detector, and it allows me to apply the peak of this to any parameter. So as this volume goes up, it can change any parameter. This is an oscillator with just a tone on it, and then I've got an equalizer on it, and I have linked this peak controller to this function here, or one of these functions here in the EQ. So when the kick hits, it's going to duck the EQ, and this is useful for vocals because you can make room for vocals by finding where the vocal sits on the EQ and then having it duck just where the vocal is in the EQ, so the vocal will always cut through any other noise, any high noise, low noise, whatever. If the track is noisy, you can get the vocals to come through clean. So this is what it looks like. So as you can see, I've got it set to an inverted input, so it pushes this parameter downward instead of upward with the peak. And yeah, it's just every time the kick hits, it's pushing down the EQ and you can kind of hear it if the video picks it up. But yeah, you can do that with any parameter. So you can have any peak. You could have a kick that comes in the right headphone, push another noise to the left headphone, so that like you could have like a stereo effect that literally pushes another stereo effect out of its way, or just pushes anything around. You can make it turn any knob with the volume knob of anything else with the peak controller. And this is an FL example, but I'm like 99% sure there's a way to do this in every single DAW. You just have to find a way to use the peaks in like a mappable way. It's a control interface, so it should not be hard to find. You just have to look peak controller Ableton, etc., or peak controller Reason, whatever you're using. So I'm sure there's a way to do it, because it's a really common thing. But yeah, it's just a normal peak controller and a kick and an oscillator. So once again, and you can set the tension, you can set a bunch of parameters. So maybe it has to be so loud before it activates the control, etc., etc. So yeah, there's tons of things you can do with that.